Quick note, I'm only going to be considering players who are getting ample playing time and have significant career histories, not young players just coming up or bench players who rarely get at-bats. First up on our list of candidates, we have the Mariners' Kolten Wong. With a 98 career OPS plus and almost 300 extra base hits in 11 seasons, it's kind of surprising to me to see Wong on the list, especially after he was an above average hitter last year with the 118 OPS plus. However, he's had an extremely poor start to the year, posting a 190, 270, 215 slash line with just 15 hits through his first 25 games. That's bad, but it's when we examine his quality of contact that things get even worse. So far, he hasn't managed to post a single barrel yet, making his 0.0 barrel percentage tied for the worst in baseball, obviously, with his average exit velo of 84.3 miles per hour ranking third worst as well. He's also in the bottom 5 percentile in MLB in expected slugging, WOBA, xWOBA, and hard hit percentage. All of this, along with his now somehow subpar defense, have fed into a negative 1.1 WAR through his first quarter of the season, a number so bad that if it continues, we could see Wong challenging for one of the worst totals in that stat's history. Next, we have Elvis Andrus. It's absolutely nuts to me that Andrus, a player with a career 86 OPS plus, has managed to rack up over 2,000 hits, but hey, here we are. His career WAR of 33.1 is certainly impressive and shows he's been a quality ball player, but one thing he's always been is a bit weak at the dish, with just 97 home runs through his first 1,900 big league games. It's gotten worse this year though, as his slash line of 205, 285, 262 would all be the worst that he's ever posted in a full season. He's tied with Wong when it comes to barrel rate, as he too has yet to notch one on the year, and his max fly ball distance of 359 feet is second lowest in the bigs. With his expected slugging, WOBA, and hard hit percentage all in the bottom 10 percentile of Major League Baseball, it's easy to see why Andrus would end up on a list like this, despite actually having a season in his career with over 20 home runs and a 471 slugging back in 2017. No one else on this list can claim numbers like that. Maybe it is just aging, as Elvis will play the 2023 season at 35 years old, and has been a starter in the majors now for 15 straight seasons. And lastly, our final candidate for this discussion, Myles Straw. He's the youngest player we've discussed, as he's going to turn 29 this year, but in terms of his raw numbers, he might just be the weakest. Let's start with the obvious. He hasn't hit a home run since 2021, despite taking over 700 at-bats since then. In that same time frame, he's managed just 29 extra base hits, and an OPS plus under 70, with a slugging percentage under 300. Yeah, you heard me right. 300. As I'm sure you've probably guessed by now, he too doesn't have a single barrel this year, though you may not have guessed that he also doesn't have a single ball hit over 350 feet, as his max distance of 347 is a full 12 feet less than the next closest, being Andrus. His hard hit percentage is second worst at 17.2, as he's managed just 15 balls hit at over 95 miles per hour this year, despite taking over 120 at-bats. His expected slugging of 291 is in the bottom 3% of baseball as well. So, who's our pick for the weakest hitter in the MLB today? Drumroll please, it's gonna have to be Myles Straw. Yes, Wong might have a worse exit velo and Andrus might have a worse WOBA, but when it comes down to it, both of these guys have had years in the past where they posted semi-okay power numbers, leading me to believe they may just have more in them. On the other hand, Straw has never posted anything beyond a 348 slugging percentage in a single year, and any hitter who doesn't crush a dinger for multiple seasons while posting an OPS under 600 is gonna make a tough case to beat for the weakest hitter in baseball today.